Hey everybody, back in the shop today, and we're working on our Kawasaki Ninja 500R. As you saw from the previous video, there's stuff missing from it, and parts are still in order, but we're gonna get into this today and see what we can find out so far with the bike. And the first thing I wanna do is to get under the seat because the battery is up in this compartment. So what we have to do first is get the seat off, because in the seat underneath it is where supposedly the battery is, and I need to get there to see kind of, is the battery okay? I know they said it's not good, but at least maybe I can get a charge on it and then turn the bike on and see what lights I get. I'm not gonna start it because I don't know if it has oil in it or the right fluids yet, but I found out from the guide I have. I'm still waiting for the service manuals to show up, so I've got a Cyclopedia one right now. And apparently all you need to take the seat off is the key, which is kind of cool because my other bikes aren't like that. And there we go. So it has no battery, zero battery at all. So that's step problem number one. So we have to find a battery that can fit in there, which I don't think I have any. So we're gonna have to connect it up temporarily with a bigger battery and then see how we go from there. So I put the little computer down at the bottom just to get out of the way for now, and then I've got the two battery wires hooked up to this little battery for now to just kind of see, does this bike do anything when I turn on the key? So that's a good sign. We're in neutral, which is nice because we don't have the ability to use the clutch here. And then our shifter down here is missing the linkage. So I'd have to manually kind of figure out how to jank that around, and I don't want to do that until I get the parts. And then we have the oil light on. I believe that's normal because of when it starts up, it needs to check that stuff. The turn signals, at least those work. The wiring, these are going to get replaced because I don't like them, and I've got other mirrors coming in that don't have the blinkers, but the wiring at least works, and it also works on the back there. That's good on that section. And then if I do pull the brake, the light works there, and then the foot brake works. So that's all good. Does nothing for when I try to do high or low beams, so that's, that's own issue there. The horn works, so that's kind of cool. However, if I were to start it and it doesn't do anything, I press the button and nothing happens. That's what they told us, and now I see that also for myself. And I also don't think there's oil in this bike, because the clutch assembly down here is kind of loose in that way. This, I believe, goes to the clutch. So there's a way you can bridge it to make it run. And then this kind of feels kind of loose. I mean, it's loose, so I got to figure out how to tighten that up. Anyways, we're good on a lot of things. There are some things we need to fix. And we're going to crack open the side cover now. So let me figure out the tools, and then I will get you on the floor with me over there to do this. All right, so we're over here ready to take the cover off. So I just gotta get the bolts off, and then we're gonna see what's going on with this. Yeah, they're not. They clearly had this off beforehand because these are not tight at all. Yep, not to spec at all. Which means this clearly has been opened. So let me get this off and I'll show you what's going on. And then a lot of bikes will have pry points where you're supposed to pry from. Looks like there's one over, it's hard to see, it's one over in the back over here. I even have to, yeah, I do have to yank it, okay. There we go. There is some oil in it. I did not drain this beforehand because I didn't think there was oil, but yes, there is oil in the bike. So I'll be back after that drips out a little bit. It doesn't seem like as bad as I thought oil-wise. That was gonna be a lot more, but let's get this off and see what we have here. Oh, now it's pouring out even more. Just gonna let it drip. I give up. It's gonna drip. It's coming out whether one way or another, so yeah, there's a little dowel here. Wonder if this just wasn't in the right spot. So for the clutch, there's a little pin here. And there's a little knockout point, and the little pin in the clutch itself back here is supposed to sit in it. My guess is it wasn't. So that's kind of why we were having issues beforehand with clutch cable being very easy to move. So it looks like they came in here, whoever was here before, came in here and didn't put the cover back on right. I think the plates look all good. That's in its spot. The chain looks okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take the cover off of this, the lower plate, which I didn't want to do, but now it's full of oil. That's what I get for trusting the sight glass. I thought it looked like it was empty. When you fill the oil from the cap up here, and I actually opened up the cap and I looked in, and it looked like it was pretty dry. So I thought, there's no oil. There's oil. There's plenty of oil, and I have to pull the cover off now, and I didn't want to do that. Oh, as you can see, there was oil on the bike. I did not think there was. But that little pin I think I showed you, that's supposed to click into this. And then what's different about this clutch assembly compared to my husband's DR, because I've done clutch in his bike, we're replacing the plates and stuff because we burned his clutch out on one of our trips through the woods. This one has a chain also through it. I'm gonna just take a look at the clutch while I'm at it, see if the plates are all good. Before I bother putting this back on, I need to get a gasket. We have them all out. Pop the plate out. Now let's see what the basket looks like. So, some rust on the first friction plate, and then the first metal plate is not overheated. It looks good. They all look fine. I'm just kind of skipping through them, trying not to get them out of order. Besides just a little bit rusty, there's plenty of clutch material still on these. Based off of the year of the model, you had to do it differently, and I don't see evidence of overheating, which I was concerned about. There is, just some basic rust, but it's not like concerning to me. Friction plate goes in. They did note when you do put the cover back on that the pin that I saw that goes into here, that line back up, and I'm not going to check it because this looks okay, so I'm assuming these are fine too, but you can take a caliper set and then you can kind of measure the springs, and they'll tell you if you need to replace them or if they're still good in service in that sense. I'm going with, I think this bike is okay in terms of that, so we're gonna ignore that. And of course I just got more oil on this because I didn't take care of the pan below me because it still is leaking. So we're gonna get these back on, and then you should torque these down to the proper specs in your manual. I'm just gonna and then we're gonna just to see if it decides it's gonna leak at all. We're gonna at least put this here. After looking at the wiring diagram, the way that to bypass this is you have to do the yellow, black, and black. Got a cotter pin here, so we're gonna bridge the two, and this is me pulling in the lever to start this bike in that sense. All right, so it's definitely in there now. I've made sure that it's on the two ends. Okay, so that did something, and it sounds like I blew a fuse. Start this over. Okay, now I blew it. Now I blew something back here. So it did do something. Not exactly what I wanted it to do, but it made something back here go pop. So now I get to figure out why and where are the fuses. So we confirm now that this is the clutch bypass switch and we have it set right, but now something back here starter wise, wherever it is, was clicking. I have to actually get there and, you know, listen a little better. Maybe grab my husband out so he can try to help me pinpoint where this noise is. But I thought it was a fuse, but when I reset the bike and let it sit for a hot second, everything was back up normally. So I'm wondering if it's a relay, because that could just, you know, take time to reset something else. Starter could be stuck. I think that's how we're going to end this video. So it's not a complete total loss yet. The clutch work that the clutch issue that I thought existed is not an issue, which is nice. At least we don't think it's an issue based off our investigation of stuff. Still could have an issue with it, but that part looks good. It looks like they were in there, so I have to order a gasket for that and then a gasket for the top piece. I have to wait for more parts to show up. I think next video we're gonna get this, probably dig into that noise a little more. Definitely get the gas tank off so we can get the carbs out, because we're gonna clean them. Yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.